Hello, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Having a good weekend. The 7th, 8th day of September. This is a video explanation of my message number 1273, 9/6/2019. This one, excuse me, it pretty much pertains to me. As always, I share it. Some of it gives me some more information from my past. And from somebody who knew, I think this sounded like it was from Christians, early Christians, giving me information about my past. To the mines thee went, from the walk from sacred tent. Surfaced to find what not was. Caesar did as Caesar does. So to the mines thee went. These physical mines I went to from the walk from sacred tent. After I left the light in the next life journey, I obviously went or entered into somebody who was in the mines. Then I surfaced from the mines to find what not was, that things were not as they were. Caesar did as Caesar does. In other words, was the Caesar or the ruler at that time, wherever it was, did as they wanted. But from what was said later on, I believe it was the actual Caesar, an actual Caesar. And Caesar was still doing whatever he wanted. Romans stood upon a time. You predicted an older rhyme, so I predicted about them in an older rhyme for their time in the previous life. Few would listen, as do now. I know, you listen to these words I share now. Rather keep their sacred cow, their own view of things, their burdens. Journey's been long and far, living within many canopic jar, or many a body. Tis the last, as well thee know, soon so soon 'tis time to go. Well, I know this is the last body I'll be in. Soon so soon it's time for me to go from here. I've been saying soon for many years now, so. Excuse me. We believed the words you spoke. Within our hearts, our souls awoke. So this speaker or speakers or someone who knew me back then. Jeering crowds cheered our demise as we prayed, eyes to the skies. Mauled and mangled, suffered we did, Christ revealed all, nothing hid. So it sounds like early Christians. And being mauled and mangled by soldiers and animals. Christ revealed all to them, nothing was hid. They prayed with their eyes to the sky amongst the jeering crowds who were cheering for their deaths. You alone stood against the tide, refused to flee nor to hide. Pummeled endlessly upon the ground, never ever uttered a sound. So I stood against that. I was in a body that suffered, and stood against that. What they did to us, the bodies back then, the Christians. I refused to flee nor to hide. I stood up against whatever they delved out to me, pummeled endlessly upon the ground. After I'd fallen, I never uttered a sound, never gave him the satisfaction, so it's good. Plus, I would have been lifted out of the body anyways, and not felt that. Soul was, here, right here it says that. Soul was lifted before thy fall, answered immediately celestial call. On to the next life. So I did what was there, went through that amongst other Christians, which most likely helped them to ascend as well. Pain not felt in thy passing, angels before began massing to lift me out of there, like they've done every life, and they'll do this life too. Lifted out before suffer the pains of death, so I don't feel it. As Christ said, believe in me, you'll never die. The stronger your faith, you have that absolute certainty. Your soul's gonna be lifted out before you suffer the actual pains of death. Doesn't mean you won't suffer some before then, but you will not suffer the pains of death. Michael, Gabriel, and the others, all thy heavenly sisters and brothers, always been there after each passing. They'll be there again this time. You withstood all Rome did send upon thy body, my dearest friend. Worry not what lie ahead, way is guarded to be led. Good. Sisters all by thy side, born were not, hence never died. So all sisters, the sisters of light, or their actual physical, conceptual, conceived sisters. I'm gathering from this though that they're spiritual sisters. They never lived in this world. Sisters all by thy side, born were not, hence never died. Brothers too, in flesh and spirit. So spiritual sisters, brothers, fleshly brothers, and spiritual brothers. And fleshly brothers don't necessarily mean biological. Brothers too, in flesh and spirit, gather now as end do near it. They who spoke within the mount, that's referring to the ones I spoke to in Lone Mountain, that's a previous video, last posting. They who spoke within the mount increase their number as we count. So they're counting them, keeping track of them. Truth they seek amongst the lies, wish to see with clearer eyes. So it's legitimizing that they are sincere in their wanting to go to the light. Prayers you give or speak for their salvation, received in heaven amidst much elation. So continue to pray for them and all those whose souls will want to go to the light. They're heard. Journey to them, many of light, to keep them safe from those of night, which I prayed for those angels and those around me, some to go help watch over them, so protect them from evil, if they're legitimate and sincere, which they are, so they're being protected. Journey to them, many of light, many from the light, to keep them safe from those of night. More to come as they soon approach. Safe they'll be from darkness's encroach, which is good. Speak to them when they call. We will guide them across the pall, which is into amongst the others gathering out of where they've been restricted. Guardians keep safe the sacred hill, where all gather of free will. And those are the guardians that speak to me whenever I go over there. Native of spirit, all at first, but many more hunger and thirst. So they're guarding sacred hill, sacred to the sacred mountain, sacred to the Native Americans, and that's who was gathering. But they say here, the native of spirit, all at first, but now many more hunger and thirst are gathering. They hunger and thirst for knowledge you give, they do seek, to humble themselves, coming weak. So that's good. All around elsewhere, many gather to beacon, which I've prayed to be a beacon of light. Light you shine shall not weaken, which is good. Directed to places of passage, given to thee in future message. So I'll be directed places to go to help them to pass, others to pass to light. Praise unto thee, gatekeeper 3, beloved of God before land of Nod, before mankind came around. So I was beloved of God, not Tim Alapio. Hold thy course, fourth of horse, the fourth horseman, soon to arrive. Then all shall thrive, and all shall thrive and be revealed unto man. Mankind most likely won't see them manifested as like an actual being on a horse. They may not. The eventuality they might, but more indirectly. Follow course laid out to thee. Happiness and love you shall be. So that's wonderful. Good news. Praise God. Thank you, Jesus. So that was pretty straightforward. The things coming up for me, and confirmations and more interesting information from previous life. I know I've been around Jesus there. This is Christians were longer, so it's sort of been a later life, not soon after. So it's always nice to learn more about ourselves, and you can learn more about yourselves as well. Maybe many others may have multiple lives. Many others things within yourself that need to be awoken. You got to start. take those first steps, your own free will choice, to want to learn, to want to grow in His Spirit, to want to have your water changed to wine constantly. And He made a new and bigger wineskin, so you can hold more of Him within you, to awaken more things in your brain, to fill up your brain with Him. You hunger and thirst for Him. So again, seek, you shall find. Ask, you shall receive. Just ask the right stuff. Seek the right things, not foolish things. Peace of Christ. God bless.